Now, in other news, South Korean President Moon Jae-in has delivered his final budget speech to lawmakers, urging them to pass the 2022 budget plan. Worth over $510 billion, the budget will be used for a complete recovery from the pandemic and to prepare for the post-virus era. Our presidential correspondent Kim Min-ji is on the line for us. Min-ji, walk us through some of the key points of President Moon's speech.
Right, Morgan. President Moon vowed to do his best until the last day of his term to get people's daily lives back to normal and help the economy recover. With just 6 months left in office, he looked back on his 4.5 years, saying that it was a crisis after crisis during his term, citing threats of war, Japan's export restrictions, and most recently, the pandemic. To that end, he highlighted the need to maintain an expansionary fiscal budget next year for complete recovery and to prepare for the future. South Korea has proposed a record high budget of over $510 billion, which is up over 8% on year.
내년도 예산은 코로나 위기로부터 일상과 민생을 완전히 회복하기 위한 예산입니다. 탄소 중립과 한국판 유질, 전략적 기술 개발 등 국가의 미래를 위한 투자입니다.
Right. In fact, the most frequently used words during his speech were crisis 33 times, economy at 32, and recovery at 27. Moon said that South Korea will gradually return to normal life starting November, with more than 70% of the population fully vaccinated. He said that the country will be implementing basic antivirus measures, such as wearing masks, while relaxing restrictions for businesses. The president also pledged to create a successful model for returning to normal life that, like its antivirus measures, can become a model for the world. And to prepare for the future, Moon reaffirmed the country's commitment to going carbon neutral by 2050 and said that the government will speed up the transition through its New Deal initiative. The president also vowed to support for South Korea's key industries such as chips, future cars, and batteries to become global leaders.
Now, Min-ji, I understand the president also pointed out some areas where he feels regret during his speech. Let's begin with the peace process on the Korean Peninsula.
That's right. Moon said that although South Korea was able to open the door to peace through 3 inter-Korean summits and the first ever North Korea-U.S. summit, dialogue still remains incomplete. There has been no significant progress since the Pyongyang-Washington summit in 2019 ended without a deal, and North Korea has been unresponsive to calls for dialogue. Take a listen.
아직 대화는 미완성입니다. 대화와 외교를 통해 한반도의 평화와 번영을 위한 새로운 질서가 만들어지도록 끝까지 노력하겠습니다.
Moon also expressed regret over the real estate issue, saying that it is the biggest reform task related to people's livelihoods. Moon said that the country still has to resolve the concentration in the capital area and create more balance with other regions, saying that regional inequality is an obstacle in achieving social unity. He said that the government will do its best until the very end to make progress in such unresolved issues and so that the efforts can be carried over to the next administration. Last but not least, Moon vowed to do all he can to repay the people, thanking the public for their efforts in overcoming the crisis and putting South Korea where it stands now. Back to you, Morgan.